Market update time. Hi, my name is Roxanne Govari with Pemberley Realty here in San Diego, California. And once a month, I like to run the numbers and update my friends, such as you, to tell you what the market is doing and whether or not the market is appreciating, not appreciating, and how the real estate market is behaving. So here we are. We are in the month of August, midway through August. So what we're going to look at is how the market did in August, and in particular, we are looking at four zip codes. Our office is in University Heights, so that's mostly in Metro San Diego area. And our zip code is 92116. So usually we study the zip code of 92116 and then compare it to the zip code of 92103, which is the neighboring zip code. And then we have another office up in Del Mar. And so we also look at how the market in Del Mar is doing and then compare it to Carmel Valley, which is just east of Del Mar. So let's go into those markets and let's look at numbers and see what we see. So let me share my screen with you, and that way we can look at stats and see where we're at. Okay, so here we are. We're looking at the numbers in Del Mar, and let me see if I can make this a little bit bigger so that I can show you more. Okay, so Del Mar, as you can see, we're looking at July numbers, and then we're looking at year-to-date numbers as well. So new listings, seems like the new listings are actually gone down, and pending sales naturally are going to be lower as well when the new listings are less, and the closed listings looks like we're actually a little bit more. But if that's for the month of July, if we're looking at a year to date looks like okay. Year to date looks like we actually have a lot more inventory, and also we have a lot more inventory, but we have less sales. So the market has certainly slowed down, and that is on par with what we see on the ground. And then closed sales are also less. The interesting thing is that we see prices have actually gone up, and Del Mar is a anomaly, I would say. You can't really compare it to the rest of the county or the rest of the country because it's essentially an affluent market where a lot of people are paying cash for things, so interest rates are not playing a big factor, at least not in the single family home. So let's look at how that compares into the townhouse and condo market. And as you can see, uh, inventory is still going up, pending sales are down, but as you can see, the condo market in Del Mar has appreciated just like the single family homes. But just to consider and compare, see, these are the numbers of the comparisons between single family homes and townhomes, and you can see what the difference is. This is the average of the rest of the county. So prices are almost at $1 million for single family homes, and about slightly over 500,000 for condos. And as you can see, Del Mar is way above that, but by almost $2 million, and that is what we see on the ground as well. So Del Mar is an anomaly, but let's see how other zip codes fare in that comparison. So here we are going to Del Mar and going to Carmel Valley, which is the neighboring zip code to Del Mar on the east. So Del Mar, normally, it's not always the case, but normally Del Mar is more expensive than Carmel Valley. So if you're looking here, the median sales price in Del Mar is 3.4, and median sales price in Carmel Valley is 2.6. Like we said, Del Mar is a more affluent market. Average sales price is higher, but you can see that trend of more inventory coming onto the market, and is definitely continuing in Carmel Valley. But interesting thing is that the number of sales is actually higher in Carmel Valley than we saw in Del Mar, and prices are also up in Carmel Valley, in terms of single family homes. And let's see how that fares in condos. And same trend continues, to 21.6% appreciation in single family homes versus 9.1% appreciation. Still appreciation, but not by much. Now, the one thing that I want to show and share with you is inflation rates. So I actually pulled out this inflation calculator just to see what are we dealing with in terms of inflation. So the inflation rates from comparison from July of last year to July of this year is about 3.23%. And if you're looking at that in numbers, so for every $1 million, that means that the $1 million of last year about this time is worth about, you have to actually add another $32,000 to make up for that. So in other words, what that means is that you have to have $1,032,000, or $32,000 is the price of inflation per year. So essentially, if you had $1 million, subtract $32,000, and that's what the value of money is this year. If you just kept your money without like investing it anywhere or doing anything else with the money. So going back to the numbers, let's also compare single family homes and condos in Carmel Valley to the rest of the county numbers. So as you can see, the rest of the county numbers for single family homes are just below $1 million, whereas the numbers for Carmel Valley are much higher. Okay, now let's go to 92116, because as I said, our offices, we have two offices, one in Del Mar and one in University Heights, and 92116 consists of Kensington, Normal Heights, and University Heights, and these are all metro area San Diego neighborhoods. So if we're looking at these numbers now, we're looking at these numbers from July of last year to July of this year, we actually see a slightly, not slightly, by a lot, by 21%, 27.6% price depreciation, but that's only a 1 month comparison. So if we actually compare from last year to this year, year to date, we see slight price appreciation overall. But here's the thing: if you then subtract the 3.2, what was it, 3.23, then it's essentially the market has been flat since last year. Okay, because we have had a 5% appreciation minus the 3.23, you almost had numbers be flat. And then new listings, we had about 120 year-to-date listings came on the market. This year, we're looking at 165. So the inventory definitely is increasing, and pending sales has remained the same, almost the same, and closed sales are actually less. So that also tells you that the market is soft or softening. And median sales price for townhomes and condos, the 511,000 to 516. Again, value of inflation, if you count that towards this, we actually have lost money because inflation being at 3.23%, if the values have gone up by 1%, then we have actually lost money. So now, in terms of comparing that to 92116, you can see that 92116 single family homes are definitely still more valuable than the entire MLS. And if you're looking at condos, it's the reverse. Condos, we actually have some smaller units. So comparing it to the rest of the county, our condos are actually more affordable, which is good. All right, let's compare that to 92103, which is the neighboring zip code of Hillcrest and Mission Hills. Okay, and interestingly enough, if you look at the numbers for Mission Hills, and if you count inflation into that mix, looks like Mission Hills actually has had a decrease in price in terms of single family homes. And if you look at condos and townhomes, and then condos and townhomes, they seem like they have gone up by 7.6%, and subtract that from the inflation, then you end up with about 4% maybe in appreciation, which, you know, in the scheme of things is not a whole lot of money. Okay, and then let's compare to the rest of the county. As you can see, the rest of the county, it looks like Mission Hills is also one of those areas that are above the average of the county. So in terms of value and in terms of price. So there you have it. Those are the numbers that I wanted to share with you with prices. And I also always like to look at what is out there in terms of desirable properties. And wanted to share with you, this is a listing that I have in Kensington. And if you are thinking of purchasing in Kensington, please check out this house, 4315 Hilldale Road. It's 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, and it's listed at 2.448 million, and it's about 2,100 square feet. And let me share some of the pictures of this property with you. It's a beautiful property, well maintained, 2-car garage. And let's so as you can see, it's on the canyon. It's at the end of a very quiet street. So it's basically, it's an oasis. And once you go in, you can see there's a pool, there's a canyon behind the house, and inside it's fully remodeled. It shows beautifully. It has a fireplace, and it has a formal living room, formal dining room that you can see. It has also some touches of the past, which are very attractive. There's the dining area, and there's also family room, or I like to say TV room. This is a perfect spot for that. And let's continue looking at the property. There is there's your access to the backyard, and you can use this beautiful spot to sit outside. And there's a avocado tree that is full of avocados, and there's also your access to the pool. You have a canyon access, canyon view. There's a kitchen, and the kitchen is very spacious. And then there are 3 bedrooms inside the house with 3 bathrooms, and there is the view of all 3 with the primary bathroom, which is a very much a spa-like bathroom. And then from there, you have a separate washer and dryer. From there, you go across, and there's your access to the garage, as well as access to an ADU or an accessory dwelling unit or a guest house. This is your guest house with a little kitchenette, and then also its own bathroom, and also its own private access to the backyard, to the pool area. So a beautiful property. And if you want to look at this property, please give me either send me a DM or give me a call, and I would be happy to show it to you. There is my phone number if you like to look at this property, and I'm happy to show it. Okay, so that is that. Now, the next thing that I wanted to show you, which is something that I like to do when we are doing these market updates, is to check out and see what is the least expensive and what is the most expensive properties in the 4 zip codes that we talked about, because why not? It's fun, and it's nice to take a look at what's available. So let's go and look at all four zip codes and see what we see least expensive and most expensive. So let's look at Del Mar. So the least expensive is actually an attached condo. And this place is 2 bedrooms, 2 bath, 1164 square feet for $930,000. It's been on the market for 66 days, and it was reduced from $988,000 to $930,000. And let's see, this is actually a very, very nice condo. I personally love this condo. I think it's a beautiful place. And for somebody that wants to live in Del Mar and is looking for a spacious condo, I think this is actually a great buy. So I'm very surprised that this has not sold. But like we talked about, the market is soft, so things are sitting a little bit longer than they should. And that's the perfect example with this property as well. So let's look at what's the most expensive that's still on the market in Del Mar. So I wonder if it's the same one that we looked at last month, but I don't think so. I don't think this is the same one that we looked at. So let's take a look and see. Okay, yeah, this property has been on the market only 10 days. And it's 5 bedrooms, 6 baths, it's 700 square feet. And let's take a look and see what we get for this property. Let's see what we get for $24 million. So there you have it. You have 3-car garage, and okay, and it's sitting right on the water, so you can just basically step out and you are right on the water, you're right on the sand. So that's the cost of being right on the water, right on the sand. There you have it. There is your access, and there's your living room, there's your inside, and there's your kitchen, beautiful kitchen with view of the water. And that's all, folks. 6 pictures of this place, and it was built in 1989. Okay, so now we're moving out of Del Mar area, and let's go to Carmel Valley and see what we see in Carmel Valley. So there is a lot of properties that we see in the other zip codes. So let's look at this property, which is something that we looked at last month. $320,000 and 3 bedrooms, 3 baths, 4,500 square feet. But this is not actually the price for it to buy. This is a weekly amount to rent. So let me actually move on to the next one. So this is actually a 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 638 square feet. And it was at $635,000, and they've reduced it after being on the market for almost 70 days to $595,000. So again, I am surprised that this has not sold. So let's take a look and see what we see. And it looks beautiful. Looks like a very nice condo, but with washer and dryer on the inside, and like I said, the market is soft. Things are not moving as quickly as they should or they used to. So now let's look at what's the most expensive product in Carmel Valley, and that is this house right here. Been on the market 62 days, bedrooms, 7 baths, a total of 10 baths if you're counting the half baths, and it's 12,000 square feet, 657 square feet. So let's take a look at what we see. Great views. It's beautiful on the inside. Beautiful backyard. Now, this is a house that you can definitely appreciate with the amenities and with the beautiful kitchen, and it really is a backyard to die for, I would say. So as you can see, it's quite amazing. So there you have it. That is the most expensive product in 92130 or Carmel Valley. Now let's move on to 92116 and see what we see there. So the least expensive in 92116, which is the zip code where our office is located, and there you have it. 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 540 square feet. Been on the market for 52 days, and now they dropped the price to $399. So let's see what the product is that we get. It's actually quite a nice building, I would say, wouldn't you say? So there we go. I would say the unit needs a little bit of decluttering, but overall it's a desirable unit. And there's the bathroom. There's the 1 bedroom that we can see that, and it looks like it has a storage unit as well. So there you have it, folks. That's the least expensive in 92116 on Texas Street. And now the most expensive, let's keep looking and see. Okay, so the most expensive house in 92116 zip code, been on the market for 10 days. It's 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, and 3,800 square feet. And let's see what we get for it. So 2-car garage, very private, and looks like nice fireplace. Looks like beautiful view, and sunken living room, which is quite attractive as well. Nicely redone kitchen and separate dining room, which is also very attractive. I like the fans. I like the light in the dining area. So very nice. It looks like it has a nice view. And then the bedrooms seem to be on the lower level to the house. Nice size closet. I like the redone bathroom. That looks very nice. And yep, the tub is beautiful. Quite an attractive property. Quite an attractive property. And let's see. Okay, well, we also have a spa in the backyard to enjoy. So there you have it, folks. And let's move on to the next zip code that we have, which is 92103, and see what we find there. So the least expensive property in this zip code, and there seems to be a lot of homes available in this zip code. But let's see, the least expensive is a studio on 8th Avenue, and square footage is 383 square feet. And there we have it. We still had this unit up for sale last month. So again, I emphasize the fact that things are not moving very quickly. It's an attractive unit with a nice balcony and also a nice sized pool. And this property is now at 378,000 square feet. It's been on the market for 44 days. All right. Now from there, we move on to the most expensive in 92103. And let's see what we get there. Okay. Pudia. This is not one that we have seen last month because it's been on the market for 21 days. Price is 4.788, and it's 4 bedrooms, 4 baths, 4,000 square feet. And let's take a look and see what we see. Okay, well, it's an interesting building, definitely a modern building with great views. That's a nice sized backyard. That backyard really calls for a nice sized pool to go in it. And on the inside, very modern, shows very well. I would say it's beautifully redone. And every bathroom is definitely very, very nicely done. I love this. This is very, very nice with indoor, outdoor access that makes living very enjoyable. And can't wait to see the kitchen. So there you have it. This kitchen is absolutely fantastic. Okay, and let's keep looking of all the amenities. And this is one thing that I was thinking when you have parties. It's really nice to have 2 sinks, which is what they have put into this kitchen. And also the bathrooms. Bathrooms are fabulous. The view is fabulous. This outdoor living space is amazing. And this is very nice to have. So it doesn't quite have a backyard, but if you have a terrace like this, who needs a backyard, right? Well, but you do have a backyard as well right here. So not only you do have a beautiful backyard, but you have a terrace to die for, which is really, really nice. So beautiful piece of property, and priced at 4.788. It's at 4,000 square feet, and it's a new build at 2023. So it's about only a year old. So beautiful property. There you have it, folks. Thank you so much for joining me. And again, my name is Roxanne Govari, and I sell real estate in San Diego. And if you want to contact me, my phone number is right there, and you can also send me an email, or you can visit me on my website. Or if you are watching this on YouTube, please give me a thumbs up or subscribe to my channel so that you're notified of all the videos that we put out. If you're on Instagram, there's my Instagram handle. And if you hang out on Facebook, I also like to hang out on Facebook, and there's my name to look for me on Facebook. Thank you so much for joining me, and we'll see you next week.